get $1 million. You can spend it any way you want to. But for the rest of your life, your dick glows all the time. Yeah. Like at the level of like a 250 watt bulb.
250 watts?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Daily Hotpot. I am your co-host, Drift, aka Robbie.
And I am Khan. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. And today, we got a very, very special episode. Because, Khan, have you ever... Well, you're a dude, so I'm sure you have frequented the world of hypotheticals.
I am a big daydreamer, so yes, I'm very familiar.
Well, Khan, this is a special hypothetical game that we're going to play. Because it's an ode to Rooster Teeth. If you guys don't know what Rooster Teeth is, it is a old internet classic media company. We've mentioned about them before in the pod. They have officially shut down already, but they used to have a show, little game show-ish thing, if you will, called $1 Million But. And what this was, it played on the classic idea of dudes at a bar or dudes shooting the shit late at night, you know, drunk out of their mind. And they would say the classic thing like, hey, bro. Like, let's say you got like $1 billion. Like, would you suck Jabba the Hutt's dick? Yes or no? Like, that type of thing. So they developed a whole show where they would, you know, make these wild scenarios like, you get $1 million, but insert consequence here. And they would like reenact it, and they would do these scenarios and skits based around it. It was a really fun show. So I thought today, Con, to brighten up this midweek day, that we would go over just a handful of certain scenarios and see whether you would take the $1 million or not. How do you feel about that?
Okay. That's hilarious because once again, I did not quite understand what the scenario was. I initially thought it was, hey, if you had $1 million, how would you do this X? My God. I feel like we should chit-chat more before these talks.
No, I think this is perfect. It gets blindsided proper reactions to these things. Well, guess what? I'll go first, Con, to give you some time to properly think about yours. And it also gets your raw reaction to these. All right?
Okay, perfect.
All right, so I'll give you one that actually comes directly from a Rooster Teeth episode because I want to do a little head nod and see how you feel about this one. So, Con, you get $1 million, but every time you spend any amount of that money, you are tackled by a professional level football defensive lineman.
I would... Do we respond with if we would do it, or if we would take the $1 million, or if we would not?
Yes. You respond, yes, you would, yes, you wouldn't. You could even go through some scenarios on how you would try to combat said consequence.
And it's every single dollar?
Any amount. You spend a cent of it, you know, actively spending a cent on it. Yes.
I mean, clearly, I don't want to be tackled 1 million times over my lifetime.
Well, it's every time you make a purchase. So it could be a cent, or it could be you spend the whole $1 million in one go. But
that in that case, I would 100% take the $1 million because I was a defensive guard back in high school.
Interesting.
So back in high school, I was an offensive guard, and I occasionally did defensive guards too. But yeah, I'm totally used to just hitting people and getting tackled. So no biggie for me, honestly. Even if it's like 100 times, 1,000 times, I'd be down. I would 100% take the $1 million.
So, and you have to keep in mind that, you know, I'm sure you'll take it regardless, but you got to keep in mind that this will happen as soon as you touch that card to that machine. Like, as soon as you spend it out of the blue, out of God's green earth, like, it just...
I am ready. Like I said, I'm a daydreamer, right? So occasionally when you're walking around as a man, you're always like, you know, what would happen if something went down? Would I be ready? And I feel like I would be ready, right? I'd be like, yo, I want to dodge real quick, or I'm going to do a quick rollback. I'm going to brace myself as soon as I swipe. I think I'd be 100% okay. Or I might just die immediately. I don't know. We'll see. But I think I'll be ready, so I will take the $1 million.
Nice. As for me, even when I heard this the first time, I said I'd take it. Because look, $1 million, and even though the world has gotten more expensive ever since this episode came out, even then, $1 million to a normal person, that is life changing money. And if all I gotta do is, wear some underclothes pads and just be a little more secure, hey, with that $1 million, I could afford a chiropractor, man. You know what? I'm okay. I think I'll take the milli and take some bad hits, some good hits. And the fact that I know that whenever I actively purchase something with that money, it's coming, at least it's not like completely random, completely blindsided.
Yes.
I'll always know. So yeah, I agree. I would also take the $1 million.
Okay, it looks like we are both millionaires.
Let's see if we can be put more money in the pocket, Khan. Do you have one for today?
No, I do not. So why don't we go to your second one while I think about it more?
That's okay. All right, so my second one, it was a cut between two, but I think I'll go with this one. All right. So once again, you get $1 million, but anytime you hear the song Happy Birthday, like the Happy Birthday to You song, either in any language, in English, whatever, anytime you hear it with your own ears, in public, wherever, you instantly, without control of your body, you instantly consume the entire birthday cake, even if it's not yours.
I think I would die if I had a birthday cake in me. I think physically and in practical sense, I would not take the $1 million, only because a cake can be of various sizes. And I'm assuming you don't get to choose what kind of cake goes in you.
You are just going.
So there's a certain threshold in which that would just straight up kill me. So because of the risk and unclearness of the consequence, I'm going to say I will not take the $1 million, unfortunately.
How about that? I mean, you say there's a lack of clarity. Is there anything I can clear up for you that might alleviate some fears about this?
Well, this is then you get a little cheaty, right? If you get to pick the size of the cake. But let's just say there's a 1/3 chance it's a small cake, and 1/3 chance that's a medium-sized cake, and 1/3 chance that it's a straight up cake that might kill you, might not. And 33% chance of dying, to me, probably not worth it. I don't think.
You have to think about it. It makes you think about in your life how often you hear just out in the open, like out in public. Because obviously, if you had total control over it and, you wouldn't go to any family birthdays, obviously. You wouldn't go to anyone's birthdays because your body will just compulsively, instantly dart at the cake. Never mind the fact that if you heard it in public, you, one, would be ruining someone's birthday because you're just some random stranger coming in to gnarl up a cake. But two, you're going to get into a fight because if you ruin some kid's birthday, dad's going to beat the shit out of you. While you're trying to eat this cake. But yeah, it just makes you think, how often do you really hear her happy birthday in your life? Like out in the open besides a party. Did you think about that?
I recently said happy birthday. So yeah, it happens oddly enough more than you think. It seems like one of those things where it doesn't come up a lot, but like in actuality, it's probably more than you think. It's hearing or saying happy birthday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. I think also for me, fuck. Here's the thing. I work with kids, right? And even during the summer, we have kids who have summer birthdays and parents would bring in cupcakes, things like that. And of course, obligatorily, we'd have to sing happy birthday for the kid, celebrate their birthday. So, the stipulation of the whole thing is that if you hear the happy birthday song, not just the phrase happy birthday, but even then, I'm just thinking in my life, I feel like I hear happy birthday enough that I'm not willing to either get my ass kicked, ruin someone's day, or just have the total health disrepair of my body for consuming the entire birthday cake.
Even if you go to like a restaurant, right? That shit would just come up, right? Happy birthday.
And you're lunging across the dining room, just like eating up this cake. You're like, what the fuck is this madman? Oh, right? No. Yeah.
It definitely comes up more than you think.
A lot more than you think. I can't take it, bro. There's just no way. There's absolutely no way. I've yet to meet someone who would ever take that thing unless they really need that milli. I'm not desperate enough. I couldn't ruin my life like that and just, yeah, absolutely no way. Oh, yeah. Well, Khan, has that bought you enough time to think of one? Or I have a third one if you got
it. Well, it has, and I'll take one from one that I read from Reddit.
Okay.
Would you take $1 million, but you had a snail that will constantly and forever follow you no matter what. And once it touches you, you die.
Oh, this is a classic one.
It's a classic one. It's a snail too, so
Okay, so I have some questions. And obviously
you have no idea where the snail is.
Okay. So a bonus question, because since you're proposing the hypothetical, even though you didn't make it and you got it from Reddit, I want you to create some kind of regulations on this. Can I do anything I can to like put barriers or box in the snail, or is this snail technically like indestructible? Like it just goes through everything, but it just goes through it at a snail's pace.
Yeah, you cannot kill the snail, but it moves like a snail. It behaves like a snail. You don't get to see where the snail is. You don't know where it is. So it could be anywhere. But obviously, starting out, let's just say starting out, it is 2 miles from you. Starting
Okay.
out.
Okay. And I can't like, trap it in a box and it can never leave. Like it just goes right through it, but it's just at a snail's pace. Like I can't like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was always the stipulation with that one. Where it's like, can I put it in a box? If you can't, and it's just basically like an unstoppable force coming at a snail's pace.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, fuck. Starts at 2 miles away. On the run my entire life for a milli.
From a snail.
From a snail.
It's not even a man running at you. The snail running at you.
This reminds me of that classic short film. It's the same concept, but not the $1 million, but it's like a serial killer. But
It's a manhunt, right?
yeah.
The game. Yeah.
But the killer kills you with a spoon. And he just hits you. He doesn't like stab you. He just donks you with a spoon. So it's like death by a million cuts. It's like he'll never stop. You can't run away, but it's the slow death that's like the worst part of it. So, man, I'm gonna take the $1 million. I feel like if I got a milli, I could formulate plans. I can formulate like, okay, starting, this snail's at 2 miles away. I can take a plane now, start a life here, and calculate how much time that buys me. And then by the time, that timer's up and it gets to me, then I have already a secondary home to or I can go back home where I was and just bounce between those two locations. I just have to have the time right every time, the amount of time that it buys me each time. I feel like I can take it.
Wow. So you can never be in one place, you can never settle down. You'll constantly be moving.
I mean,
That's a tough one for $1 million. I feel like $1 million like doesn't really go too long of a way to have a lifestyle where you just have to travel constantly. But then again, it is a snail, so you have plenty of time in one location.
Right. Like, I feel like we got to do the research. Like, how long would it take for not just a snail? Like, it's just an object at a snail's speed to reach point A to point B.
What if it's a smart ass snail too? It's like, you know what? I'm a snail. I can go anywhere. Let me get on this plane. You don't know.
Dude, this snail has full like human sentience. Like it's like, all right, I'm gonna book this ticket. I'm gonna get this motherfucker. Oh, it's assassin snail.
You don't know.
It's a hitman snail.
Yeah, it knows the forms of transportation, so you can't even like calculate correctly, right?
Nah, that's a no, bro. What the hell? It can take a snail can take a plane. Yeah, no. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's a no for me, dog.
That's a funny one. What if you had, all right, if you had no choice in the matter, how would you even prevent it, right? That's a tough one. I feel.
Yeah. Man, if we're going with our regular, rules and the fact that it goes through anything, so you can't box them in, like.
Yeah, can't even trap it.
Yeah, you can't trap it. What would you do? It can take planes, it can take cars, it can hitch a ride, it can take an Uber. The fucking snail can hop in an Uber and come get you.
It could just attach itself to like a wheel or something and be on its way.
If it can do that, then I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Or like, what if I like choose to live in like the fucking desert, but then he can just take a fucking plane and parachute down and then like drop assassinate me like it's Assassin's Creed? Like what?
Yeah, man. Or just like grab a camel, like what's up, camel? Imagine you see a fucking camel coming at you. You're like, oh fuck, is it?
There he is. Oh no, nah.
Wait, could you imagine like it's like a Western scene where it's like in the sunset and the sun, you get to see like the heat waves on the horizon. And all of a sudden you see a lone horse with no rider, and then the music starts, and then you're like, oh shit, is that it? Is that the snail?
And it hits the little guitar string.
You get a close up of its beady eyes.
Yeah. And then you slow turn over your shoulder. I'm done running. And oh no. Yeah. I'm not taking that milli, bro. If it's smart enough to take planes, then no. If it's like a full Ezio snail, I can't do it. I cannot do it.
Yeah. I think it's also, man, for $1 million, I probably wouldn't do it. For $1 billion though.
Ooh.
That might change things up a little bit, right? It depends on the money value. For $1 billion, I feel like you can definitely hire a full-time 24-hour snail service.
Oh, yeah.
The anti-snail squad. just hire one person to follow the snail.
There's got to be like a private snail bureau, like the PSB.
Yeah,
like they
exactly.
constantly give you info. They have like a little tracking app, they made for you. You track the snail at all times.
That'd be a crazy experience. Snail tracker alert. Snail tracker alert.
Their Secret
Target
Service
is
comes
with
through the door. Like, sir, we gotta go now. Sir, come on out here. The snail's in the building.
Snail is here.
Oh man. Oh, this is an untapped TV series. Like this is something.
For real.
I'm surprised this isn't an anime. Like some character is just like being hunted by this snail. It's the whole plot.
Or just like a YouTube short.
Oh man.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is a good one. Well, Khan, this has been a fun ride of $1 million, but I'm glad I could reminisce on this game because it was a really great Rooster Teeth show. If you guys want more of this, please go watch. I think it's still on their YouTube channel, Rooster Teeth. Type in $1 million, but there's like a playlist. I think like 16, 20 episodes. Really funny, really awesome. It was it's fun. If you like the dude hypotheticals, it's a good time. But all right, Khan.
I think also we should do stuff like this more often. It's like a kind of a funny, easy listen, I feel.
Yeah. You know what, guys? You let us know. Let us know in the polls, in the comments. Let us know if you guys want more little episodes like this. We can have some reoccurring segments. We have yet to have any. So yeah. Yes. Khan, well, that was awesome, my friend. Do you have anything left you want to leave the people for this wondrous Wednesday?
I think we should make that YouTube short.
Yeah.
The anti-snail squad.
The anti-snail squad. Welcome to Ass, sir. All right. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Daily Hotpot today. Hopefully we gave you a little funny start to your morning. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I can't speak anymore. I can't. I'm trying to say "and as always," but I keep on saying "ass" in my head because I think of the snail.
Me too.
I can't say "and."
I was thinking something funny. I was like, all right, goodbye, everyone. We are Ask out.
Well, guys, as always, take it easy.
Bye.